Alright guys, this is Paul, this is A Common Touch of Fantasy, and we're doing another journey reading. The journey that I'm going to be taking now is Inda by Sherwood Smith, and I'm starting this Sunday, April 26th, and I have no idea what this book is about. I know that Sherwood Smith is a lady, and I know that Inda is not a lady, and I think Inda is the place. That's all I know. I am so late on this read along as well. So, yeah. Sorry. Alright, so first impressions of Inda, 50 pages in. I like it. It's very whimsical. The characters are fun. The titles was a little bit confusing. I had to look in the back quite a bit to get the title straight. I read the back multiple times, and I think I kind of got it right now. And it really reminds me of Crusader Kings 2, the video game, where there's like vassals under lords that are under the king and stuff. And I hope it's going to be good. I like it so far. It's basically about this young boy who is the second in the line of a prince of a territory, and that prince is basically like a duke to the actual king of the entire place. So he then goes to a military school early for some reason, and we're not really sure why he went to the military school early, and he's not really supposed to be going to the military school. He's really supposed to be trained by his brother, but he's actually being trained with a bunch of other people that are brothers of the prince that's next in line for the earlship of the territory they're in. So far it's pretty good, and I like it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Inda is not the place, it's the boy. So I was way off on that. Yeah. Alright, so I read up to chapter 10 in Inda today, and I am really enjoying this. Basically, the second in line for the throne is getting beat on and picked on by his brother, which is the first person in line of the throne. So he's getting all these other classmates that are older than the younger brother to do things to him to make him want to go home and not really be a threat to the older brother who is going to eventually be king. And so Inda is friends with this younger brother, and the group of the would-be king prince, they're now messing with Inda and all of Inda's friends that are all friends with the second prince. So it's a great book so far. I'm really enjoying it. I read quite a bit today, and it's a lot of fun. It's like this military school, and the kids all have these great connections and friendships now, and they have all these nicknames for each other, and it's just a lot of fun to read. I really like the use of the language of like the Frost and the Pug and the Rabbit and stuff like that. Those are all names for different things that the kids do, or they're a strut where they like show off. And I just like all those little small things, and all the titles in the book is really adding a lot to it. At first I thought it was a little annoying, but now I really like it now that I've caught on with it and know which each one is what it stands for. So I'm really liking it, and I'm hoping to read more. Okay, so yeah, what is up with the magic in Inda? There's a spell for like shaving yourself. There's a spell for like removing your waist. Labus used some magic, maybe, in a book. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something cool with it later. Hey, just sitting in the parking lot, about to read some Inda while my mom shops in Walmart on this beautiful day. Really enjoying Inda, and I'm looking forward to finishing part 1 today. Alright, so I really like Handed, the female that is the betrothed of the Seer Leaf, which is the next up in line for king. I like her a lot. She's Inda's sister, a little bit older sister, and her helping people has been great. Her helping Inda, she just seems like a very compassionate character. And when she did her knife thing, and everyone was so impressed, and then she ended up being in command of the next drill, and they just completely destroyed her. I thought that was great. It showed that she humbled herself when she talked to her mom about what she did wrong, and I think she's just a really smart female character. I really like her character a lot. Jorrit, the girl that all the other boys like, she's got a bow and arrow. She's taking people out left and right. Pzoom, pzoom, pzoom. Yeah. Betrayal. And Inda strategizing like a boss. This is a very sexually liberated world that Inda live. Like, the girls were discussing how the future king will have a mistress, and she's just okay with that. Alright, so I finished part 1 of Inda, and the thing that I want to talk about the most is that the use of the young boys and the war games and these small things that children do and teenagers to change the political climate in this entire book is short of brilliant, because I think a lot of times in books you have these huge events that are happening with children, but Sherwood Smith are doing these small events, but even though they're small things, they have such huge ramifications. And it's very interesting because, you know, like one say, you know, someone says something wrong, or, you know, beating up one kid, or doing something different in a war game with flags, makes the entire kingdom in upheaval. And that is saying a lot about Sherwood Smith's writing ability. Alright, so I'm reading part 2 of Inda, and what a difference between the first part and the second part. Inda's on a boat now, he's learning how to sail, and he's meeting the other boys and girls that are working on the boat, and it's such a different story, and I'm not sure if this is the story that Sherwood Smith originally wanted to talk about, and then just had the first part just as a world building type story, so that we have like a background for the entire series, or what. But it's still good. I'm not that huge on boat stories, but I might change my tune after this. Talons Mob talking to the prostitute about her son's performance in bed was really weird. So I really like this line on page 346. Joy was so sudden, so intense, it hurt. Love that line. So I'm reading chapter 9 of Inda, of the second part, and these people in this book don't really care about their servants and like their arms guard and their runners much at all. Like, all the older boys just sent all their servants to die, just to figure out if it's a trap or not. Well, they thought it was a trap. I didn't really like that, but I guess it's that type of world. Alright, so I am halfway through part 2. I have about 170, 160 pages left. And I figured this was a good time to say what I really don't like about Inda. I like the book quite a bit, but the things that are bothering me are two things. One, the magic system is just not that interesting to me at all. It's a magic system for everyday needs, and I really hope that gets better in the next books. But to have a magic system for, like, you know, going to the bathroom and shaving and stuff like that, it's just kind of dumb. And also the writing is a little bit off. It's a little bit uneven with the writing. The point of view switching within a page sometimes is a little disconcerting. It's definitely distracting, and also sometimes I feel like Sherwood Smith is just telling us a story, and we're not really being told the stories from the characters. You know, it's Sherwood Smith just telling us what is happening, not really Inda or Handed or Sponge or anyone like that. It's just Sherwood Smith. So those are the things that I don't really care for with this book. But other than that, I like it a lot. Got Inda showing people what's up. He's got the knife held like this. Like this is, the screwdriver's like a knife. He holds it like this. He's like, 4 people on the ground bleeding out. Don't mess with Inda. Little kid's got skills. Okay, my mission is to finish Inda today. I have 130 pages. I got this. I'm finishing this book today. I'm going to go eat lunch in the food court and maybe read at the food court for a while. I got this. The naval battles in this book are surprisingly a lot of fun to read. They're really descriptive, and there's a lot going on, but Smith does a great job of describing the action. I am so nervous that something bad is going to happen at the end of this book, that someone's going to die that I really like. Alright guys, I literally just finished Inda like 30 seconds ago, and I thought to myself, let's make a video right now without even thinking about it. And I really enjoyed Inda. It was really good. I had a problem with the writing at times. It was more of a telling us type of writing, but it was good. It wasn't like bad, but it was kind of distracting at times. Other thing that was odd was some of the sex talk was a little bit overboard. I mean, they're adolescent kids that are growing into adults, so I mean, some of it is fine. But at the end, it's like we're at the end of the book and they're still talking about it, and I thought that was kind of weird. So, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't a big issue. But it was a good book. Characterization was great. Inda, Handed, Jorat, Sponge. Some great characters in this book, and the plot's good. I think the next book is going to be better. I'm going to give this one a 4. I think that the story can be better and the writing can be better. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this journey video. Let me know what you thought. Give me some feedback. Comment, like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching, as always.